Is Hernandez gonna record a video today? Looks like we have a special guest, Mark Anthony, in the house.
Oh, slope, slope, m equals rise over run. To the left, the slope is negative. To the right, the slope is positive. Straight up and down, the slope is undefined. But side to side, the slope is 0. M equals rise over run. M equals rise over run. What up, peeps? I'm back. I know you missed my videos. Did you like Mark Anthony? Let's give a round of applause to Mark Anthony. Mark Anthony, you deserve a chip, wherever you are. Okay, now, what you guys learned yesterday. So this video is what you guys learned yesterday in class. Sorry, I couldn't record a video. So yesterday, you guys introduced the whole concept of rate of change. So copy this down if you didn't copy it down in class. So this unit is all about how things are changing. So we're going to be focused on specifically on lines, how lines are changing. Again, rate of change is a fancy word for slope. So if I tell you, what's rate of change? You're like, oh, it's slope. What's slope? It's rate of change. So it's okay. Do not get those two words confused. It means the same thing. So let's go ahead. Where's my clickers? Right here. Perfect. So this is the objective from yesterday. Finding the slope from a graph. So if I give you a graph, you need to figure out what the slope is. So the objective was, we will be able to find the slope of a given graph and identify if it's positive, negative, undefined, and 0 slope. Don't worry, we're going to be able to cover that in a couple of minutes using similar triangles. Technically, it's not similar triangles. We call them the slope triangles. Like the right triangles we used to draw in the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, and the standard is 8.EE.6. Okay, so this is the essential question. So hopefully by the end of today's lesson, you're going to be able to answer this one. By looking at a graph, how can you find the rate of change or slope? Again, rate of change and slope means the same thing. So just pause the video and then write your the question down and then watch the video again. Press play. Okay, so types of slope. Write this down. So we have 4 types of slopes. Okay, 4 types. One of the first slopes that we have is pretty simple. We call it a positive slope. Okay, positive slope. And we use the letter M for slope. Again in class, we talked about like, why is it M, Hernandez? Why is it not X? To tell you the truth, I don't even know. When I took a math history class when I was preparing to be a teacher, I asked that same question, like, why is it M? The teacher didn't know the answer to it. The reason why I think it's called M though, is because we're talking about movement, how things are changing. That's movement right there. Okay, so notice how, this is the way you look at this. If you get cover a paper, okay, cover the line. The way you read a book is from left to right. So if you move your paper from left to right, take a look at what's happening to the black line. What do you think is happening to the black line if you're going to left to right? It's increasing, right? So that's the reason why this is a positive slope. A lot of you guys have trouble trying to do that. Okay, number 2, the other type of slope is what we have a negative slope. Negative slope for M. Okay, the reason why it's negative slope, simple. Cover the paper, move your paper or your hand from left to right. Take a look at what's happening to the black line. What is happening to the black line? It's going down. That's why it's called a negative slope, okay? The other type of slope that we have, these are the special slopes. When it's side to side like this, side to side, a 0 slope you will find. 0 slope. And then the other one that we have is something called an undefined slope, okay? So we have the undefined slope. Okay, again, I could have said positive rate of change, negative rate of change, 0 rate of change, undefined rate of change. It means the same thing. Slope and rate of change is the same. So do you understand the difference between these 4 slopes? If you do, keep on watching the video. If not, rewind it, go over these again. okay? So now we're going to use these 4 types of slopes, okay? Now some of you guys are like, okay, I get your slopes, but why do I care about them? I don't care about slopes. Yeah, slopes are the biggest topic that you're going to cover when you take AP Calculus when you go to high school, but what do I care about slopes? So in class, I asked like, okay, look, my skater people, you know that the ramps have slopes? They have a negative slope. In your house, notice this. The side of the house right here is an undefined slope. This is a positive slope. That's 0, and that's a negative slope. Look at this one. Skiing, when you go down a mountain, that's a negative slope. Then we went over the whole idea of Six Flags. Some of you guys have been in Six Flags, and a lot of you guys raise your hand. This is twisted colossus. On roller coasters, when you're going up the roller coaster, that's considered a positive slope. But when you're way at the top, about to drop, that's considered a 0 slope. And then all of a sudden, the roller coaster just goes straight down. That's a negative slope. So that's where you see slopes in the real life. Okay? Now, let's give you the vocabulary. Copy this down. This is the most important thing that we learned in class. Rate of change, also known as slope, determines the direction of a line and how steep it is. What I mean by steepness is like this could be steep, this could be less steep, less steep, less steep. It's basically how steep the line is, okay? We use the formula slope m equals rise over run. Rise over run. So that's the formula that we use for slope. Rise over run. It's a formula, you need to memorize it. Okay, this is probably one of the most important formulas you need to memorize for the rest of your math career. Okay, the next days we're going to cover more formulas. Okay, but this is for today, rise over run. M equals rise over run. Copy this. Once you copied it down, go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so in class, now this is going to be the hard part since on the video you don't have, like, you can't copy this down. Okay, I need you to focus specifically on the graph. Okay, let me zoom it in so you guys can see it. So in class, I gave you guys a graph, right? I gave you a graph. Now I asked you, find the rate of change or the slope if I give you the graph. Okay, so is this comes out good? Is this good? Okay, so here we go. In order for you to figure out the rate of change or the slope from a graph is you need corner points. But before corner points, let's go over like the type of slopes. The first step I need you to tell me is, what type of slope is this? So what you do is, cover the line with the paper. Well, this is a bad way. Cover it, go from left to right. What is happening to this black line? If you go from left to right, it's increasing. Therefore, the answer is a positive slope. So I'm going to write positive slope. Okay, you need to identify your slopes first. Number 2, write the formula. Mark Anthony helped you with the formula. M, or slope, is equal to rise over run. Okay? Now you need corner points. This is where you guys messed up. You were just picking any random points. You need to pick corner points. Let me zoom this in as much as I can so you can see what a corner point is. Oh, Hernandez, you zoomed it in too much. Oh, perfect, right here. Okay? Let me see if I can stop this. Okay. There it is. Corner points is where does this black line hit the corner of the square. That's a corner point. People, that's not a corner point. It doesn't hit the corner of a square. What about that one? Is that a corner point? Yeah. So we're going to pick this one. And you need 2 of them. You only need 2. Somebody goes like, oh, there's 3, there's 5. Awesome. Good for you. But you only need 2. That's not a corner point. That's clearly not a corner point. Heck, no, that's not a corner point. Not even close. Not even close. No. This is your corner point right there. So then what you're going to have to do is draw a right triangle. No, we're not doing Pythagorean theorem. Okay, and then pretty much count the number of squares. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 7 squares, and this is 1 square here. Okay? Rise, when you're rising, you're going up or down. Up or down. That's rise. Run is when you're going side to side, side to side. Oh, I can make a song out of this. Side to side, side to side. Okay? So 7 is going like this. Is that your rise or your run? That's your run. So label it. That's your run. And 1 is going like this, so that's your rise. So then at the end, it's going to be m equals rise is 1, run is 7. So m equals 1 over 7. You okay with this? That's how you solve it. And it's positive slope. Is your answer positive? Heck yeah. So that means this is your answer. M equals 1 over 7. Let's try another one. Erase this. Let's try this one. Look at this beast right here. Do you see this line right here? Hopefully you can see it. Okay. First thing is, identify what type of slope is this. Uh-oh, it's going up and down. So if it's going up and down, this is called an undefined slope. That's called an undefined slope. Okay, so m equals, Mark Anthony, thank you very much, Mark Anthony. Rise over run. M equals, pick corner points. I can pick this one, I can pick this one. And then you're like, I can't make a right triangle out of this. You can't. How can you make a right triangle out of it? It's a straight line. So you could count this as your rise though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your rise is 6. But are you running anywhere? Are you going side to side here? You're not. So your run is 0. Doesn't that look weird? Could you ever have a 0 at the bottom of a fraction? No. And this is important because in 2 days, this is what you're going to learn. When you have a 0 on the denominator, that's why it's called an undefined slope. What in class, what I told you is, if you see an undefined slope, put undefined, you're done. That's it. And that's how you do that one. Let's do another one. Let's go over this one right here. Perfect. Yeah, this one. Okay, so first step is, tell me what type of slope is this? If you go from left to right, look at your graph from left to right. Left to right. What is happening to the line? Is it going up or is it going down? It's going down. So this is an example of a negative slope. Thank you, Mark Anthony. The formula is m equals rise over run. And then pick corner points. They have to be corners. If they're not corners, you can't pick those points. So I'm going to pick that point and that point. They're corner points. They have to be corner points. Again, I can't stress this enough. Corner points are important. Draw your triangle. A mini triangle. There's 2 here. There's 2 here. Remember, if you're going like this, side to side, this is called your run. Therefore, this is your rise. Go ahead and punch it in. The formula, m equals rise over run. Okay? Can you simplify 2 over 2? You could. 2 divided by 2 is actually 1. So therefore the slope is 1. And you're happy. I'm done. Yes, I'm done. What type of slope is this at the beginning? It was a negative slope. That's positive. We're going to do the hardest thing we're going to do in all your math career. You're going to grab your pencil. Boom. Put a negative. You're done. This is -1. That's it. Okay? -1. What this -1 means is the graph is going down 1, 1 to the right. Down 1, 1 to the right. Down 1, 1 to the right. That's what rate of change means. It's going down 1, 1 to the right. Down 1, 1 to the right. Okay? Let's do one last one. Good. Let's do this one right here. You see that? Okay, first off, tell me what type of slope is this. If it's side to side, this is what we call a 0 slope. Then number 2, m equals, thank you, Mark Anthony, rise over run. Number 3, pick corner points. I'm going to pick this one, I'm going to pick this one. And you're like, oh shoot, I can't make a triangle out of this. I only have this piece right here. And this piece is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shoot. And what does that mean when you go side to side? Is that your rise or your run? That's correct. That's your run. So I know my run is 7. For this problem, are you ever going to go up or down? It's a flat line. Are you ever going to go up or down? You're not. So there's a 0 there. When you have a 0 on the numerator, the whole fraction collapses and it becomes 0. So that's why your slope is 0. Okay, that's why it's 0 slope. How we got a 0. That means the line is not changing. It's staying the same forever and ever and ever and ever. So that's it for today's lesson. I gave you a graph. Pick 2 corner points. Tell me what type of slope is it. Is it positive, negative, undefined, or zero slope? Write the formula. Thank you, Mark Anthony. M equals rise over run. Punch the numbers in the formula, and that's it. If you can simplify, simplify. If you can't, leave it alone. Again, if you were having trouble with this topic, rewind the video, watch it again. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time.